1, 2, 3, let's go.
Wednesday afternoon, hoping you will tune into our show.
On Friday they can go. And again, we know there have been some awful accidents with astronauts in Russia, but more notably, I guess, in America with the shuttle disasters and things like that. But I guess philosophically, we would say, well, it's worth the risk of loss of life if we are to progress, isn't it?
Is it worth the risk?
What does Gladys think? Does she think it's worth the risk, Gladys?
I think what will be. And I think any great effort comes with risk. You know? The dam, you can't build those things without those risks, really. I'm telling you. So, like you said, I was going to say the exact thing, that health and safety wasn't a big deal back then, I'm sure. But it's not the same today. But it doesn't even matter. Sometimes it could be safer now than back then, but anything could still happen, you know. Anything could still happen. And that's why some of those projects, they will often have people sign some disclaimers. Some certain projects, they get the people involved to sign disclaimer that anything could happen, and if it does, no litigation. So, yeah. But if you say, is it worth it? It's always somebody or some set of people's idea, and they'll make it fly as long as they're paying somebody to do the job. So, I mean, life is risky. Between the GP and here, anything could happen. And there was no health and safety in my car.
Okay, so we've looked at that one. Okay, to move to another coincidence, again, I'd like your thoughts, both of you. This is about Edwin Booth, who was a famous actor in New York in the mid-1860s, and somebody called Robert Todd Lincoln, who was the son of Abraham Lincoln, President Lincoln. Now, a very strange thing happened. Both of these people, both of these fellows, were on a very overcrowded train platform in Jersey City in 1864. It was heaving on the platform, and as a train approached the station, coming into the station, Robert Todd Lincoln, that's right, he fell. He was kind of pushed as the train came in between the train and the platform, so he was going to be certain death. Fortunately, the other fellow in this story, Edwin Booth, who was a very famous actor, managed to grab his collar and yank him up and save his life. Otherwise, he would have been crushed by the wheels. So Edwin Booth did that, and Robert Todd Lincoln, so grateful, he knew that this guy was a famous actor. As I say, Robert Todd Lincoln was the son of Abraham Lincoln. Well, obviously, he thanked him profusely for what had happened. But what he didn't know was that, Edwin Booth didn't know that he'd saved the life of the son of President Lincoln. Well, a short while later, on the 14th of April, 1865, a few months later, something amazing happened. Edwin Booth's younger brother, John Wilkes Booth, you may have heard of him, shot dead Abraham Lincoln in Ford's Theatre. Now, the amazing twist here, as you think about it, is that on the train station a few months before, Edwin Booth saved the life of Robert Todd Lincoln, the son of the president. And a few months later, here we have Edwin Booth's young brother.
1, 2, 3, let's go.
Wednesday afternoon, hoping you will tune into our show. It's hosted by Cuz. He'll introduce the gang who'll make the show go with a bang. With fun.
Edwin Booth's young brother, John Wilkes Booth, killing the president with a shot, Abraham Lincoln. Now that again is kind of a very weird coincidence. You know, one booth saves a Lincoln, another booth kills the president. And interestingly, the strange thing was Robert Lincoln was quite nearby there were two more assassinations over the next few years. I think 1881 and then 1901. Two more presidents were assassinated, and Robert Lincoln decided, I'm not going to go anywhere near any political things in future because two more presidents have been shot while he was around. So yeah, well, what do you make of that then, Cuz? You know, the booth, the Lincoln, one saved one and one killed the other. Coincidence or just what? The way things happen? What do you think?
I'll put this one down to mystery. Because I don't know what's happening there. You know,
it is a mystery.
I think some people are just they just attract bad news.
Well, they're not really. I mean, you joke. I take it you're joking. We can all sometimes think that sometimes some people do seem to have a lot of misfortune, a lot of bad luck. I mean, I think we've said this before, but something I never like. I don't say it, but I don't like hearing other people say it. Is it's just my luck, because I just don't believe that anyone really is dogged with bad luck. Certainly, individuals can be. I mean, I was reading in looking for some coincidences. I was reading about one guy who was. I won't go into the story now, but he was struck by lightning 3 times in his life, and it's quite the odds against being struck. I think are something like 10 or 11,000 to 1. They're not great odds in some respects. When you think about winning the lottery is about 140 million to 1. Getting struck by lightning about 10,000 to 1. Well, this poor guy, through his lifetime, he wasn't killed. The third time he was struck by lightning, killed the third time. Believe it or not, a few months later, his gravestone was struck by lightning, which just sounds remarkable. And we sort of laugh about the story, but he would have felt life was a bit tough for him. But yeah, this Booth and Lincoln thing is quite remarkable, really, when you think about it, isn't it?
It is actually.
As a story.
It's remarkable. I think it's a remarkable one. I'll chalk it up to unforeseen occurrences that happens in life. But I must tell you the truth, each of them are bombastically strange. Bombastically strange.
1, 2, 3, let's go.
Wednesday afternoon, hoping you will tune into our show. It's hosted by Cuz. He'll introduce the gang who'll make the show go with a bang.